We're dressed up, Liek.
Yes.
That can only mean one thing.
Finally.
Finally, one of the highlights of this weekend. We are at the
LARP Village.
LARP Village.
Yeah.
Live action role playing. Well, we can tell you something about it, but we have the coordinator of the LARP Village with all the other groups, LARP groups that are here. Mariska, can you tell us something about the LARP Village and all the people who are working together?
Yeah, no problem. Well, as you can see, we're here at the LARP Village. This weekend we've got at least 5 LARP organizations here that are promoting LARP in the widest sense of the word. We can explain everything about what LARP is, but we also show you the wonderful diversity that we have here in LARPs in the Netherlands, which is a lot by now.
And how do you come up with the theme of each Castlefest edition, and especially this one, because you have to think of adventures that you're gonna make possible for people to enjoy?
It differs a bit. In the lead up towards Castlefest, we of course have our meetings, and there once we know which events are going to be here, which LARP organizations are going to attend, we're just brainstorming. And this year we figured that as we've got more and more non-fantasy organizations joining, we want to show the diversity of LARP, and we figured that this year, why not go post-apocalyptic? Maybe with a bit of cyberpunk in there.
Haha, cool. So there's a lot of different themes that you can choose of. And so, and how does this express in the costumes, for example?
Oh, it differs greatly. For example, the thing that I'm wearing at the moment is a costume that I wore to a Battlestar Galactica sci-fi LARP a few weeks ago. Some of the people here are dressed as their post-apocalyptic characters, but I also attend historical LARPs, Regency LARPs, where I'm there in my beautiful dress, just sipping tea. It's just a whole different vibe as this, but all of that is possible here in the Netherlands.
And we have the visitors today because all the terrains are open now today on Friday, and so people who want to play LARP, how do they need a costume themselves, or how does it work?
It's really easy. You can just walk in. You don't need a costume. You don't need weapons. No preparation whatsoever. We run a quest twice a day, and at 11 at 3 in the afternoon. It is practical to come here beforehand because we do have a sign-up list because they will be full at some point. But then once you get here, we hand you a character, so you don't even need to think of a character. We've got one for you, and then you can experience LARP in a bit more than an hour.
Yes, and behind us, there's an actual adventure going on, right?
Yes, they are currently running the LARP quest, so everyone is enthusiastically chatting with each other, but probably also scheming against each other, because in LARP everything can happen.
Can you give us a small sneak preview of the story that's happening?
As I said, this year we're going for post-apocalyptic and a bit of cyberpunk, so the world isn't a very nice place to live anymore, and corporations have taken over everything.
These are probably the last trees standing.
Pretty much, yes.
So, and yeah, you as an adventurer, you have to help with your group, with your party to help save the world or something.
Yeah, it's not so much individual parties, it's more everyone on their own and the group that they stand for, which is a bit larger than the party. It's, well, some of the players here will be part of the corporations, and some of the people will be parts of groups that are working against the corporations.
Oh, so you have groups working against each other. People who want to destroy the world and people who want to save it, for example.
Yes, pretty much.
And then you have, you can just walk around like your own character, and you can, the quests are brought by non-playable characters, or like the characters who are from the LARP village. So you talk to them, and then a quest can unroll or something.
The quest here works slightly different. It's more because everyone got a character. We also gave them some motivations, so you don't necessarily need to go and grab a quest. The quest is, what does your character want? And because those are conflicting, not everyone plays a character that wants the same thing, you don't need to grab a quest, because just the characters being there is already the conflict.
This basic plan you get, with things to do, you try to do these things, and you get into other characters, and then you get into a LARP conversation, and you discover they want something different than you, and then you have to solve the problem or something.
Yep, pretty much. And of course, we can only give a sneak peek of LARP. Usually, LARP is a contained thing. There is no audience. LARP is improvisation theater without an audience. If you go there as a player for the entire weekend, you don't know what's going to happen. But there are LARPs that are only a single day, that are the entire weekend, or some are even 4 to 6 days.
Yeah, and this one is 1 hour, 1 hour and a half.
Yes, so it's only a little sneak preview.
Yeah,
of
just a sneak preview, just to get a taste of it, what it can be, and then you can also sign up or at one of the groups and go start playing LARP.
Yes, definitely. We're here, as I said, with multiple LARP organizations. We've got fantasy, historical fantasy, we've got magic school LARPs, we've got sci-fi, and of course, LARPers usually play at multiple events. So we can also talk about the events that aren't here today. Like, I also play at the Regency LARP, so I can tell you all about the Regency LARP, even though it's not necessarily promoted here.
Yeah, and when I look at you, you're also dressed up sort of with purple theme, I can safely say. Can you say something about the character that you are?
This is a character that I played at a Battlestar Galactica inspired sci-fi LARP.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I know the series.
Yeah, and it was in Finland. It was a huge LARP. They redecorated an entire school building for this LARP. But the character that I played is a 19-year-old celebrity pop star. And a few days before the event starts, she was rescued from her planet just after she finished the show. So I figured, why not make an outfit that could also basically be stage worthy? So
yeah, you're one of the survivors on the spaceships. And how do I know you're not a Cylon?
we don't know that.
You don't know that, all right. Well, luckily you're just our friendly coordinator at the moment, so I'm pretty safe.
No backstabbing today.
Or vaporizing, etc.
You don't know that.
Well, we're going to have a little stroll to the other part of the LARP village, where the kids LARP is happening, and we will get a instruction, because we're two characters, two adventurers, and we would like to join the Adventurers Guild. But before we can join the Adventurers Guild, we have to do some training. So when we have the stroll over the other LARP village, can you tell me something about LARP in general? And because some people, you know, they have an impression of LARP that it's basically fighting, maybe some quests, but LARP is way more comprehensive, and also it has many layers.
Yep, that is correct. For example, well, I must say, if you go to, we're currently walking towards the kids and the youths part of the LARP village. Kids LARPs are usually more a bit of fighting, a bit of puzzle solving. But for adult LARPs, you can go everywhere. I mean, the Battlestar Galactica LARP that I played at, I didn't touch a weapon the entire weekend because I played a civilian and a medic.
Yeah, so you don't fight.
No. And as I already said, the Regency LARP that I also play at, Regency doesn't really do weapons in the LARP. The entire LARP is about sipping tea, being pretty in your dress, and going.
Dancing as well, like.
We haven't done it, but we really do want to. But it's mostly about going after the ideal bachelors.
So you have these tea parties and etc.
Yeah, basically we have costume tea parties while we're also in character. So that's mostly a lot of gossiping and backstabbing with words.
Oh yeah, wonderful, wonderful. With maybe in English also, with or like old style English, Downton Abbey like or something.
No, we don't really do that kind of things a lot. But in general, there are quite a few international LARPs in the Netherlands where it's no issue if you speak English. And also in general, the LARPs in the Netherlands don't mind switching to English. So even if you don't speak Dutch,
Yes, of course. Yeah.
just inform, and sometimes you can get a person translating for you if stuff really needs to be done in Dutch. But other than that, if you just talk to a LARPer in English, they'll generally be okay with replying back in English.
And for example, with the Regency, do you also go to special occasions like castles in the Netherlands, where you have the scenery from with beautiful gardens.
Yes, the first event of the Regency LARP was at a monastery. So we had the monastery and the lovely brick walls with the glass windows that cast a beautiful light everywhere. But the last event was also at a manor with a great garden, and we just had chickens walking around under the table.
Wonderful.
It added to the vibe.
Oh, that's a really good atmosphere, yeah. But we're on a great place as well here in the on the Castlefest grounds, in the LARP village, with the beautiful trees in nature. So that's a perfect scenery for us adventurers, of course, Leek. We're going to find the leader of the Adventurers Guild,
Yeah.
and I think we see her. Yeah.
She's beckoning to you.
A practical question: are we going to start our character now?
Go ahead.
So we're going to start with the actual LARPing at this moment. So we have to switch to our characters. What's your character name?
Babs.
Mops?
Babs.
Babs.
Yes, what's yours?
Nice and short. My name is Murkat Adelardo. Nice and long.
Very nice.
So,
Nice contrast, and both work.
Babs.
What was your name again?
Murkat Adelardo.
Moerkat.
Murkat.
Okay.
The guild leader was waiting for you.
Yeah.
All right, Babs.
We have to go.
I'm a bit nervous, because I'm not sure if we will get accepted with the Adventurers Guild, because basically we are completely we cannot do anything. We cannot fight, we cannot steal. We're nobodies.
Well, you have to speak for yourself, because I think I make a pretty good chance. So if you don't make it, I'm still going.
Okay, yes. Well, thank you for this encouraging words. Hello.
Hello.
We are humble adventurers who would like to join the guild.
Well, you're welcome, because I am in absolute need of help. I am Blaise Eschelin, and I'm the leader of the Firebrands. And the Firebrands are in dire need for people who are willing to do the jobs that we can't.
Woohoo! We're already almost accepted. Well, what can we do? Tell us.
Well, I need to know that you can defend yourself with a weapon before I send you out. So
Ooh.
I'm going to test your skills.
Let's go.
Well, we basically are unskilled, so maybe you can teach us some basics.
Then I can teach you some basics.
Oh, wonderful. So, what do you have in mind for our weapons? Both a nice broadsword it is.
I have basic one-handed swords. They are the easiest to learn to fight with.
Oh, right, wonderful.
And I'll first show you some things that you need to know about the make of these weapons, because these weapons can break. Not in combat, but if you use them wrong outside of combat, they can break. So we won't rest them on the point, because it looks very cool, but it will really damage the point.
You can put it on your shoulder like this?
Oh yes, definitely. Looks very cool as well. See, you already have the look.
That's cool as well. So,
The other thing is, we don't stab people with it. And we don't aim for the head and the other sensitive areas of the body, because that's very painful.
so basically the belly.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we can do that, right? I think. Just the belly.
I can try.
But you can also aim for the arms and the legs. You can also aim for the arms and the legs. That's the easiest. But how about I show you some moves?
Oh, wonderful. Yes. If you're going to, is it possible that you hold the microphone so and tell us so the viewers at home can also.
Okay. So the first important thing is footwork. I put one foot to the front, and one foot slightly to the side to side, not in a full 90-degree angle, but just a bit pointing to the front. Yes, and a bit out of. Okay. So this is your stance. Lean a bit back so you're very comfortable. Then, oh, you're already blocking. So this is one strike. Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. From this is basically aiming for the legs. Now let's see if you can block.
Am I doing it correctly?
Yes, you are. So I'm going to do it in the same order, and I do it once for both of you, and I think then you're ready to go. So 1, 2. One more then. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's good enough.
Blocks were really bad. But
Good enough.
okay.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Also good enough.
One more time, please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Better.
Better, and I have full confidence in you.
Ow! That gives me a lot of courage as well. So maybe we can practice a little together.
Oh, there's very little time for that because
Oh,
there's your first shot already. What are you doing?
oh my God!
You're bigger.
Nice, nice. Oh no! I won! I won! Incredible! I'm sorry, Babs. Are you okay, Babs? Oh, dead. That's not good.
Well, you can get your first you can get your first salary in the tavern, the Drowning Mermaid in Waterdeep.
Oh, where? And that's here.
That's somewhere around here. And there will be plenty more jobs for troubleshooting, pest control, and offensive archaeology in your future.
Well, I wouldn't call this pest control. This was like a very impressive character who attacked us.
I agree, it was impressive.
Is there a name for the character or a type of creature?
I don't know yet, but there is probably a few people who can research that for me.
All right, thank you. Well, I have to continue by myself because Babs is dead. That sucks. But yeah, for me, I get the salary, so I'm happy. I think it's time for me to get my coins and go to the tavern and drink some very large beers and search for another adventure, because I can call myself now officially an adventurer of the Adventurers Guild. Not right? I'm accepted, right?
You are accepted.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Just checking. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's over and out of character again. Come on, Leek, you're alive. Leek lives. Babs is dead. Wow, Mariska, that was very intense.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it very much. It was a quick lesson, and we already got thrown into the deep with a fearsome creature.
Yes, and stuff like this, you can do that the entire weekend at the LARP village. This arena that you guys just fought in is for the children to fight in the entire weekend. So also kids and youths are welcome here. And the other part where we just did the interview, that's all for the adult LARPs. So if you're over 18 and want to know more about LARPs, come by there. And if you're kids and youths under 18, come here and enjoy the activities.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and it's also a great workout as well. Besides the talking, then you have a lot of action and a lot of cool things happening. And Liek, is there life after death?
Maybe. We'll see. But I'm gonna join you for the pints. So.
Well, this is LARP. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next item. And we're gonna play some more. Because I just got accepted into the Adventures Guild, so lots of work.
I'm gonna drink beer. You're gonna stay here.
You're gonna stay dead, and I'm gonna be get my salary.